So this break has been a little interesting. I've seen, I think now three movies. This, which took me 2 days because I had a little bit of a problem, and I had finished early, and it was also kind of late, and I got tired. I saw Assimilate, I think, or Simulation with that dude from the Kissing Booth, which actually wasn't that bad. I'm not gonna lie, it's actually not a bad movie, and kind of like a sequel. I started to watch Hunger for it, but that's like some boring ass found footage movie with like volcano and stuff, and like it got really repetitive, and I looked forward and it just seemed like people just talking for 30 minutes. Then I saw Would You Rather, which was actually not that bad. The ending was kind of abrupt, and I guess it's kind of realistic, but goddamn, Amy's character was annoying and stuff. But I'm going to be talking about this at least right now. I might talk about Simulating and Would You Rather later because those would probably have to have more in-depth reviews because this is just one of those average, not very good most McCarthy comedies. I saw like what is it? Life of the Party, which is probably just as bad. I guess we'll start with the good stuff. Like there were some funny jokes, a few. The crab was a okay character, although his inclusion was kind of weird because turns out he wasn't actually one of those like miscreants, like those superheroes who were bad guys. They're the only superheroes, but I'll get into that later. Um, I don't know. It was a little bit confusing why they had him when he was pretty weak and Bobby Cannavale's character. I'm sorry, I probably butchered that pronunciation. He's also like the most wasted character in this movie. Um, just like ripped off his arms. I mean, he was kind of cool, I guess, but like I'm kind of confused why they had him in there. But that's not a huge flaw. But yeah, his character is kind of cool. He was kind of funny. Jason Bateman isn't that bad. He's actually in a good comedy, Game Night. That's actually a pretty good comedy. It may not be super duper hilarious, but it is pretty hilarious and it's really well done. It's got Kyle Chandler. Yeah, I think that's his actor's name. The dude from Godzilla vs. Kong, well, barely, and Godzilla King Monsters. I'm gonna get into the cons of this movie because there's a lot. Um, they didn't mention how the sociopaths actually get their power. It just said that there's like this cosmic ray that got people who were sociopaths. It's never explained like it either triggers something in them, which would have been interesting. Like I don't know, a better idea could have been like the powers and the ray make you become sociopaths because like it's technically not even supposed to be for humans. Like it was planned for another species, or they were off by a little bit, or just it wasn't meant to be inhabited by humans, so it makes you like much more of a sociopath, and that can be an interesting conflict, which could lead to an interesting conflict as the movie comes on. Maybe they have to sacrifice themselves, after they get rid of all the miscreants, because they'll become bad people themselves or something like that. That would be actually an interesting movie, and I propose another interesting idea later. But yeah, that would be a cool idea. It's just it never really explained. Like they said, predisposed to be the sociopaths, so I guess they just happen to be sociopaths. It was just never really explained. It's just like a brief line, like, "Oh, they got sociopaths," and like, how convenient. It's just too convenient, and it's never really explained better. That's not really good explanation. I guess the movie doesn't really care about explanations. It just wants to get straight into the plot and all the cool, hilarious, fun scenes. Mostly McCarthy seems to be playing the same character, the brass loser everyone makes fun of, but I guess everyone, but has like a heart of gold in the end or something like that. It's kind of like Will Ferrel. Like everyone makes fun of her. She's like, well, they're not fat. I mean, neither like they're like the brass loser who like just everyone makes fun of, falls and trips wherever they go. It's not as bad in this one, but she kind of seems to be playing a bit of a similar character. She kind of played that in Life of the Party. I don't know. She's just, even if she doesn't play that character all the time, I didn't really like that character in this movie because it wasn't that interesting or cool. I didn't really care about any characters, and that character that she was playing wasn't really interesting. And it really isn't that funny. Like besides those few jokes, it really isn't. There's just a lot of jokes that I'm not even sure were supposed to be jokes. Like maybe it's subjective, but like I don't know. Joshua Films made a comedy like What Could Go Wrong. That made me laugh quite a few times. So I don't think it's like budgetary or something like that. I mean, it's just writing. Like I don't know. Even some bad comedies made me laugh more than this. Will Ferrell movies probably made me laugh more than this. It's just like they weren't funny. I just didn't feel anything. It was kind of like a emotionless part of the movie. I don't know. It's just kind of weird. Um, I think also their strength. Sorry, brief cut there, but yeah, their strength seems to be a bit confusing, like especially with Lydia. When she regularly punches a punching bag, she sends it flying through a crashing wall and like destroys it. When she trips on and punches them, despite having the power and ability to throw a bus, like hold it with her pure strength, the dude's face doesn't implode or even bleed. Oh wait, is it even like PG-13 or something? Like I don't see a rating. I don't know. Maybe can someone tell me, I don't know, maybe like TVME or something like that, but like it's not even that violent, so it's just kind of weird. It doesn't feel realistic. Also, the villain, like I said, and his election side plot is shown like over halfway into the film. We don't even see him before, I believe, like making a speech and doing something to make him look shady, etc. If anything, doing this film from his perspective would have been more interesting. You see his rise, how he tries to control and manipulate them to get what he wants, like the miscreants. Then everyone starts to leave him as they realize how scummy he is. Then his fall, where the miscreants kill him and his family, and you see something darkly ironic that alludes to maybe his speech he said earlier, coming to bite him in the ass, or maybe he's still alive, with that irony, and he has to take the blame for all the deaths or something like that. It'd be like a political thriller with some action or something. I mean, that'd be a really cool, like, idea or something like that. Oh, and of course, he kills one of his henchmen after he makes a good point that they won't be so easy to kill. I never understand why villains do this. It's cliche and just dumb, and realistically lead to your workers leaving or revolting or attempting to kill you or something like that. Also, the death is basically off screen, not bloody like most deaths. And altercations are like one with a bit of blood or like a bit of like a scab, like a few scabs. I guess they're pretty big, but that's it, honestly. Um, Also, there's this character, Allie, who's like in the film for a little bit. She just kind of like insults Lydia sometimes, and she like kind of helps them. She doesn't have much of a character, and turns out she betrayed Lydia and Emily in a not really interesting twist. She's basically like a background character, honestly. Almost like Lucius, who helps them with the car. She's barely there. She doesn't have much of a character. And it's just kind of abrupt and not much build up or any scenes hinting at it. She's like helping the miscreants and trying to turn them in. It's just like really abrupt. It's like, okay, I mean, I would have liked a little bit of build up and you see a bit more of her character, something like that. I just feel like this is all like really rushed and stuff. Like they didn't actually care to set up anything and like make it have a payoff and stuff like that. Oh, and also the parent side plot where like Emily's trying to like finish where her parents started. I would have liked to see a little bit of what her parents were starting, like some flashbacks to give her a bit more emotion, stuff like that. And I guess, I mean, I don't know. It doesn't seem like Emily has an arc. I guess Lydia does, but I don't know. I'd like to see Emily have more character, like, you know, some flashbacks and stuff. Also, Lydia makes a sacrifice to jump into the water with the bomb, this big bomb that the villain had, who after throwing him and I guess not killing him because he's pretty strong, she like sacrifices jump in the water and bomb and it blows up. Instead of being a NASA sacrifice where she actually dies and Emily has to deal with it, knowing that she's like a hero and actually a good person from the start and like she was one of the best for her friend. She of course survives because she's so strong. I was like, oh, I don't know, that would have been nice had she actually died and there would have been some weight to it. It's always so predictable. It's like, oh yeah, let me guess, she's going to survive. Oh wait, she did. It would have been nice had she died or something like that to give more weight and like give her more character and you feel bad for her. Maybe you can make the rest of the movie kind of tragic, I don't know, or something like that. It would have been nice, you know, like a failed relationship that she tries to build it and then she eventually does the best thing and sacrifices herself and makes it more tragic and better. Even if that's just the one thing that you change, you would have made this a bit better. Like honestly, even just smaller changes like that, giving Emily some like flashbacks, more funny jokes or something like that, or more darkly comedic. Kind of like I guess Would You Rather, you know, but not so violent. Although that movie wasn't super duper duper violent, but I don't know. That would have been nice. Some stuff like that. But yeah, let me know your thoughts of this movie down below. I might do a simulate and like Would You Rather in a little bit. I don't know. I don't know. What do you guys think of this movie? You can let me know. I know it's another negative review. It's just, I don't know. I mean, I didn't think this would be terrible. I thought this would be something interesting. And hey, at least there's that. You know, people that are just gonna be like, oh, he eats everything. There's two movies that I kind of like. Would You Rather and Assimilate. Even though I've like made a bunch of positive reviews, like one on Blair Witch, which yes does have a kind of negative thumbnail, but I guess it's a test to see whether or not you're dumb enough to just base the video off the thumbnail, which a lot of people seem to be doing. Yeah, I don't know. Like, just watch my videos. Don't just base them off the thumbnail. Like, seriously, but whatever. Either way, I hope you enjoyed. Tell me what your thoughts on this film are. If you haven't seen it, tell me if you're interested in seeing it or not. Yeah, I'll see you in the next video. You can subscribe if you want. It's free. You can unsubscribe whenever you want. It helps out the channel. Close to 900. I want to beat Spinal Zone. Either way, yeah, I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.